Hello, how are you doing today? Beverly here with Recovery Life Management, and I'm going to share a conscious recovery tip with you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great weekend and that your week is starting off just fine. So I was thinking about what tip I wanted to share with you today, and I immediately went to awareness. I've been doing a lot of coaching with people yesterday, and awareness kept coming up. The more aware we can be about what our thoughts and feelings and behaviors are, the better we can make changes if we want to make them. So I want you to think about this. It goes thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So this is really important to know that first come thoughts, then come feelings, then come behaviors. So with substance use, we usually are very in tune with what our behaviors are. And so we want to ride that back and go to what are we feeling? And once we figure out what we're feeling, we want to then go back to what are we thinking? Because the thinking is really driving the feelings and the behaviors. So if you can change your thinking, then you can change your feeling, then you can change your behaviors, right? So it's a cool process to understand. And I wanted to share with you one of the ways that I started to work on this. So when I was going to USM, learning spiritual psychology, we did something called a patterning journal. I call it an observation journal now. So we want you to practice observing what you're thinking and feeling and behaviors are. Because if you can practice learning what that is, then you're going to find out a lot of great information about yourself. So this is truly a self-discovery process, and it can be fun. It can be fun if you let it be fun. I know when I first started off, it didn't feel fun at all. It didn't feel fun to kind of witness and see where my hang-ups were, because I judged myself so much and I was so critical of myself that learning about my hang-ups brought on more judgment. But that was part of my process. I had to learn how to work through judging myself and have a better relationship with myself. That was one of the things that came forward in my observation journal. So, my tip for you today is, of course, to always increase your awareness. And you can increase your awareness by logging your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It doesn't have to be very complicated. You can check in with yourself at the end of the day, write in your computer or in your journal what you are thinking and feeling and the behaviors you noticed out of yourself for that day. And this is going to be really helpful for you because you're going to start to see patterns. You're going to start to see patterns of thoughts that you have. You're going to start to see patterns of feelings that you have. And of course, you're going to see the patterns of behavior. And this is really an initial step so you can take more ownership, more dominion over what's going on inside of you so that you can change what you're seeing externally as well. So if you would like a free worksheet on an observation journal, I have a free worksheet that I've already created. It's a very simple worksheet. If you would like that free worksheet, just comment below or send me a private message so that I can get that to you. I'd be happy to share that with you. And I encourage you to do this kind of practice for at least 30 days. So it doesn't mean you have to do it every single night, but I would say 4 to 5 times a week, you want to be checking in with yourself. What am I thinking, feeling, and what were my behaviors today? And the more you bring awareness to what you're thinking, feeling, and behaviors, the more you're going to have an opportunity to say, hey, I don't like that. I want to do that differently. Or, hey, this is something I don't mind that I do. But we want you to have the awareness so that you can make the change. If we stay in denial, if we ignore it, if we avoid it, if we're not truthful with ourselves about what's going on, we can't make any changes. So hopefully this is helpful for you. I always enjoy sharing these small tips, and these tips can be super transformational for you. So it might sound like a small action to take, but it can give you really big results, because the more you become aware of what's happening within yourself, you're going to start to see like, oh, I can change this. I could do this differently. And it's going to make you feel more empowered. And that's really what we're going for. So thanks for being here with me today. I always like to share tips around conscious recovery. So being more conscious about your own experience and really learning tools and techniques so you can work with yourself. So I'm wishing you an awesome day, and I'll be back next Tuesday. If you're enjoying these, come back and see me, and there will be more tips and tools for you to implement. Have a good one.